Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done it already, please click the subscribe button. Follow me across all my social media platforms. Links are in the description box below. Don't forget guys to like this video, okay? I never asked this, but I need to pick this up a lot better. You know, I'm crap at sort of requests, okay, like and subscribe and stuff like that. But like this video guys, that would be amazing, okay? We're going to be talking about the Matchroom Media additions to Matchroom Boxing and Dazn Boxing and who's going to be part of the team. Eddie had put out his request online in terms of who the audience wants to be a part of that team, so presenting, hosting, commentating, the whole shebang. And literally, everybody, in terms of myself and a handful of individuals, we were all saying Travis, KG, Ade Oladipo, Kurt Level. Literally, we were throwing out like those sort of names out, particularly KG and Travis and Ade. And I would say, look guys, these guys have got to be on. I was hoping that they got the call up, you know, that long awaited call up, and just they, you know, happy addition to the zone team. And unfortunately they did it. They picked these other candidates who are also very good as well. But hopefully in the future, these sort of, let me just fix this up a bit. Yeah, hopefully in terms of the future, they can be a part of that show. Absolutely, I don't see why not. But with regards to who they chose lined up, they chose a plethora of people who have got different backgrounds, different skill sets, from different walks of life as well. Darren Barker, Chris Lloyd, tag team. These guys have been working in Matchroom for quite some period of time. And Darren Barker, former world champion, one of the first world champions with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. Chris Lloyd been working with Matchroom Boxing for quite some time. This guy is well versed in his boxing knowledge. Like, I'm talking historian. This guy, in terms of his boxing knowledge, is up there with somebody, maybe even the boxers as well. The way he talks, the way he operates is very professional, but is a very good professional. He jokes around a bit, and he's a good, like him and Darren Barker combined are sort of the anti-deck, but the upgraded version of anti-deck, because anti-deck, you know, we don't talk about them type of stuff. But anyway, then we've got Tony Bellew, and, or let's just say Tony Bellew alone, okay, we'll single him out across the rest of them. Tony Bellew has worked with the likes of, or Tony Bellew himself is a former world champion. He's fought the likes of Alexander Usyk. He's fought at Goodison Park. He's fought Alexander Usyk. David Haig as well. I said that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm putting myself. Apologies, guys. Anyway, he's got a book out. He does a lot of charity work. He's the WBC, one of the WBC ambassadors, or I don't know what they're called, but ambassadors, along with I was never again Amir Khan. So he does, and he also promotes and manages fighters as well. So he is a great addition to the team. He's very good at analysing the scenario, similar to how Darren Hardy, correct me if I'm wrong, that's his name, in the UFC, who's good at breaking down this sport, breaking down what's going on, breaking down the complex and making it very, very simple and digestible, so people can understand it in a more easier way to comprehend that information, as opposed to some of the people who we may have had in the past, who would have just been a lot more complex with it, if that makes sense. So great addition to the team. Probably go to the commentary as well, but we'll discuss where they fit in a bit afterwards. Mike Costello, okay, he does, you know, he's boxing commentators, but back in the day when they were on BBC, he also commentates the athletics as well, so he's well known across both spheres. Very much an OG commentator, okay, he's been there for quite some time, and it's great to have him on board with regards to Dazn. I'm not sure his longevity, because he's been there for quite some time, and whether he can connect back with the audience of today as it was before, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. When I mean the oldest, I'm talking about the youngsters. I'm talking about people younger than me. okay, and the TikTok generation, whether he can connect with it, whether he can pump up the fight just as much as, or just, you know, as good as some of the younger boxing commentators or commentators in general. Andy Lee, boxing trainer, he's worked with the likes of Tyson Fury, he's worked with the likes of Joseph Parker, currently working with him as well. Well versed in terms of just his boxing knowledge and training, can give a very good insight on things such as a trainer's tactics, whether a fighter is where a fighter's weaknesses are and where he can improve, like sort of subtle or very meticulous improvements or meticulous bits of punditry, whereby the average boxing fan or casual boxing fan might not be able to see that kind of information, such as slipping a jab here, the guy, and sort of how Gary Neville does it, or not Gary Neville. You get the gist. Like a Jose, if he's working for beIN Sport, could literally analyze and say, look, this is in the wrong, like this foot is in the wrong place. This guy's hand's too low. The guy times his jab wrong. He's 1-2. His stance is actually incorrect. He should have been a lot more acute with the angles that he was throwing the shots at. And he'll be good at analysing the fight from a trainer's perspective. So great addition to the team. There we have two of the new ladies. Okay, when I mean new, to my understanding, they're very new to boxing. Okay. Maya Jama, of course, she's worked with the likes of Anthony Joshua. We've presented Lucas A Sports. She's worked with many different brands, and has her own not clothing line, has her own cosmetic brand, which I was very close in buying one of her products as well. It's not makeup, guys, for those guys thinking. It's one of their eye masks, because my eyes were puffed out one time. But I was like, you know what? Hopefully, let me just describe the story. Yeah. Like my eyes were proper puffed at one time, and I was looking for eye masks or things to reduce sort. It looked like proper swelling, yeah. And I was looking for eye masks, so I was looking around for boots, etc. And I stumbled across her one as well. I was like, oh, my Jama's got a rude one, mad thing. Anyway, yeah, but my one's a lot more premium product. So the plan was, yeah, I could either buy my product outright, or potentially what I can do is I can go to Boots or get a cheaper one, and if that don't work, then go to my afterwards. And luckily that worked, okay. But she has a whole range of products on her cosmetic brand or cosmetic company. She's worked presenting with regards to the grime and rap industry. Presented the Brits. Did she present the Brits? But I think she presented the Brits, and I'm definitely sure she presented the Mobos. I'm pretty sure she presented the Mobos. Presented at Wireless. Presented at Glastonbury, I believe. She's also been on TV, hosting on TV and radio, BBC One Extra, Channel 4, I believe. She's worked with ITV in terms of Don't Pay the Players. She's been in the grime scene in terms of hosting and presenting for the grime scene for over 10 years, I believe. Was it over 10 years or over 5? I think it's coming up to around 10 years or so. No, but that will make her 15. She's 28 years old. She's for the last, let's just say 5 years, okay? What else? Yeah, she's been in Copper 90, presented with Copper 90 back in the day, 2014, 15, with Poet and Vuj, who are also well known in the sort of urban community or urban culture. And you know, she's been in this sort of presenting, hosting field for quite some time. Grew up in Bristol, left the house at age 16, or moved out age 16, I believe. She's half Somali, half Swedish, I think. So yeah, half Somali, half Swedish. So we're well aware of my Jama for quite some time. Actually, I was aware of my Jama for coming up to 7-8 years or so, which is outstanding. So it's great to have her on board with regards to the Matchroom media, Matchroom boxing, and where does all these people fit? Okay, Laurel Woods, talk sport presenter, etc, etc. If I haven't mentioned her as well, okay, great at speaking, good at articulating herself, very soothing. The way she de-escalates the situation is amazing. does it like any sort of controversy. She portrays it and she articulates it in a way which, even if it's the worst thing in the world, yeah, even if she was telling you that it's about to be World War III, you feel calm about it. And it's crazy, guys. Okay, so in terms of all of these people, Darren Barker and Chris Lloyd, probably going to be the same sort of scenario how they was in Matchroom Media, you know, doing sort of the pre-hosting with regard to the weigh-ins and their press conferences, or post and pre-fight press conferences, and those are two probably be sort of answer decks, or maybe do little funny games, etc. Laura Woods would be great in terms of sitting in front of the fighters, understanding who they are, where they come from, their background, they're the reason why to us get into boxing, and some of their motivations, etc. And also presenting things such as the news, etc., and making it relevant to the fighters, and what impact does this fighter and where his career is going, and his win or his loss affect your career, and where things are going forward. So Laura Woods is amazing in terms of that scenario, and Maya Jama could do pretty much anything. Maybe not two things. Maybe not commentating, and maybe not gloves are off, if they were to do a concept like that. But even so, like, if they were even to do gloves are off, I know it's crazy, but I don't think the two boxers would start moving mad, as opposed to where they were with Johnny Nelson, whereby they said, you know what, if I flip this table, or if I throw this water, or if I punch this guy, Johnny Nelson in it. But because of my Jam days, it could be a lot more attentive to some of the reactions of what they do in the gloves are off. But even so, I think she's gonna hold her own there. She's probably going to be in terms of the after fight with the mic in her hand, saying, how did you see it, or how would you assess the performance, etc. Great person to have on board with regards to Matchroom. Tony Bellew, similar to Andy Lee, very much analytical as well, and he could be doing the punditry, etc. in terms of that. Mike Castillo commentated, Andy Lee commentated, and punditry. Great lineup in terms of Matchroom boxing, Matchroom media. Also, can't wait for them to sort of take their positions, take their roles in the Matchroom fight camp, I believe, which is taking place in the next couple of weeks. I think 14th of July. I could be wrong. 14th of July. So can't wait for that to take place. If you haven't done it already, please like the video, click the subscribe button, follow me across all my social media platforms. Let me know what you guys think about the lineup and where these guys fit in. Also, who else would you prefer to be included? My personal preference, I would have preferred KG and Travis to be included, Adil Oladipo to be included, Spencer Fury to be included, as well as the guy with extensive history and knowledge. It would be amazing in terms of this scenario. So for me, I would prefer these sort of four individuals to be included. Even Tunde Ajayi in terms of the commentary team, bruv, you know how good that would be. Yeah, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook. That guy, bruv, it's mad. Yeah, if Tunde Ajayi was on the commentary team, it would be a vibe. Yeah, listen, all the youngsters would jump into boxing, like watching it straight away. Yeah, because the energetic nature of him is very, very infectious, very contagious, and he draws on the audience towards it, where they just like they're so immersed in that hype, so immersed in that in the fight as well, through his words and through his commentary and through his energy, tone of voice, etc. But nonetheless, please like and subscribe to this video, or not like and subscribe to the video, but like and subscribe. Peace, have a prosperity, guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys in a bit. Peace.